above. O'Neal line to get us started out here. We've got like Popek and Fish to his right and left, respectively. Dot and Schofield in the back as the Thieves collect, and they will gather here in the corner. Bear with us as we try to get through these tough angles. Popek makes a hard move to the net. Pushes out in front. Schofield's there. She's going to rip a hard shot. Comes off the goalie. Rebound there. Send it again there by Popek. He'll give pressure down there on the side. Thieves able to collect on the half wall, and they move. Great poke check there from Popek, and another good keep from Schofield. Keeps that along the half wall, but out come the Thieves. We got a man streaking. Center man pass, and watch out. Here we go. Breakaway already. Goalie Ben Collins is going to face his first shot, and that one's going to go in. That was a maybe bit of a miscommunication between the defensemen there as somebody split the middle here. And maybe too many men for the Thieves select as they were going for the change. But no, we had 6 guys on our side. In any case, it wasn't enough. Is the Thieves select player able to split the seam between the defensemen, and they get in there in an early 1-0 lead for the Thieves. Not unfamiliar territory for the Roughriders here. They've been down 1-0 before. Let's see how they respond. Thieves win this again. They're going to push up to gain the blue line. Puck comes down between the legs of Burke, and Winston will come around. He's going to try group. Good pressure on him. Thieves come out with it. They work towards the middle. Good back check there. He's going to get that back to his stick. Backhand up over to Caleb Ziemba. Takes a check along the boards. Thieves come out with it again. Pushing up is the Roughriders. They'll continue to chip. Popek sends it up. Up these sticks and skates and Bodie Nix. He's got men all over him though. He's going to continue to put pressure, but Thieves will come behind their net, seek to regroup. They push it up. Nice work from Ziemba there to keep it in. On the skate of G and off the shin pad of Ziemba. It's going to go down in the corner. Battle ensues. Centering pass comes up. Nobody there but the Thieves. Now they come out with speed. Good back check there. Barely onside. Burke's going to be the first one to it for the Roughriders. Battles through a check. G's there. Puts it up into space. Thieves will be the first one to it. Now they push out. G's got some speed. 2-on-2 action coming up here. He's going to go for a change, so Ziemba will go 1-on-2 and gets bodied off the puck. Puck slides behind the net. Thieves come out with it. They push up. They've got a man streaking up ahead. There to come out. Now Dot and Heaton back. Dot does good pressure there. Pushes the man below the goal line. Hard stop. Turns around. Fires back up the point. Shot coming up here from the point. Buys some time. Looks. Shoots just wide of the net. That comes out. Thieves up there first to it. Roughriders looking like maybe not used to the speed here of the Thieves just yet. As we said, this is a good team, a good test for the Roughriders. The Thieves continue to maintain possession. They send that down low. Dot will be there to give challenge. Gets up there. Matro able to help him out. Sends the puck up, but not out. Thieves still battling forward along the half wall. Bodies colliding. Puck sits there for a second. Thieves will come out with it. Good poke check from Heaton. Sends that over to Palak. Now up to Matro. Matro's got a little bit of space. Stick check there. Now the Thieves are right back in. Low angle shot goes high and outside, and that's going to come all the way up, and a great keep from the Thieves. He's going to keep that back in. Dot's going to have to collect below his goal line. Sends it backhand over to Heaton. Heaton's got a man coming. Looking for room, and poke check off his stick. Matro sends that up, and Parker Lindemeyer's there. Good pass up. Now they've got some room. Palak sends that down in the corner. He's going to battle for it. Goes careening along the corner there. Thieves come out with it. They're going to look for a breakaway or a breakout pass. And good pressure there from Palak. Keeps that in. Sends it back down below the goal line. Thieves again, the first one's there. They look up. Now one gets tipped past. No indication of icing. It looks like it won't go. Popek. Able to collect, but bodied off. And now Schofield's got a chance to wheel. She sends that up to Popek. Popek looking for it. Pass across just behind O'Neal. O'Neal's going to send that low back over to Popek. Popek unable to collect in the corner. And now Fish is going to get after it. Fish working it out of the corner. And shoveled aside by the Thieves. It's going to come all the way down for Unger. Change coming here for the Thieves. Got an opportunity for a stretch pass coming up to Popek. Popek's got a man looking for him. Gets a shot in under the glove of the Thieves goaltender. Won't stop to play. 16:02 left to go here in the first period. 1-0 Thieves. Roughriders trying to get up to speed here a little bit. This Thieves team is fast, and they've already shown it. First stoppage of play here in a couple minutes now. We'll send that draw back up to Schofield. Schofield's going to send it in the corner, where Bodie Nix will be the first one to it. He's going to collect. Sends it up to the point to Unger. Unger's going to buy some time, get a hard shot off the shin pass, and watch out. Great speed, but now a good pass, and Ben Collins answers the call. It was good pressure from Schofield, but man able to get the pass over, and Ben Collins facing another hard test early on in this game. This one he's up to the task. He's able to collect that one, get a glove on it, and we'll have a stoppage of play. Jermaine line out there. Heaton and Burke in the back. Thieves able to get on top of it. They push it up, and Roughriders able to get it out. Chip off the glass here, right at the red line. Good job by ZM to collect and come back into the zone. Gets it over to Jermaine. Jermaine looking for a pass across. Unable to get it there. Gets it on net, but kicks right back out to the corner. Thieves come back up. Unable to collect cleanly. Comes off the skates. Now Burke's going to be able to push it up. Burke collecting, looking, tries to get a pass across. Comes off the shin pads. Now up to Heaton. Heaton sends a good chip pass up there. Jermaine's on it. Jermaine's got space, but it comes off his stick. Now Bodie Nix hits the crossbar. A great look from Bodie Nix. Great little backhand sauce from G. Buys him time right in the slot, but that one goes right off the crossbar and up into the netting. 15:06 left to go in the first period. Probably the best look so far for the Roughriders. Changing the forward line here. We'll get the Matro line out there. Matro's got Linnemeyer to his left, Powell to his right. Thieves win that draw. They're going to send that up to Heaton. Heaton able to collect and gets it right back down to Brooks. Back up though, and that comes out. Now Burke's going to have to come all the way back into his own zone to recollect. He's got pressure on him, looking for it, buys a little bit of time, gets it over to Heaton. Heaton buying more time there. He's going to shovel a backhand pass up to the stick of Palak. Palak able to move it up to Matro. Off his stick quickly, but shoveled ahead. Matro's just going to get that down. Collected there, battle for it along the blue line. It's going to go down in the corner here. And Thieves select, able to buy a little bit more time. Burke put good pressure on him, so all they could do was shovel that down. Now Heaton's going to be able to collect. Surveying, gets over to Matro. Gets a backhand pass up to Palak. Palak tries to chip it off. Rolling puck hard to control, and that's going to come back to Burke. Burke looking for it. Sends it over to partner. Jack's got it. Jack's going to fake the pass, we'll say, and gets it up to Matro. Worked out in his favor, though, until the Thieves were all over him. This back check here from the Thieves, definitely giving the Roughriders a little bit of a pause. Now Schofield just going to send that down. Unable to collect was O'Neill, and Thieves once again able to get it out clean. They'll come up with speed. But good poke check there from Linnemeyer, sends it back down. He's going to separate the man, and now here comes Popek. Popek trying to buy some space on the outside. Looking for room, wheels. Tries to make a move back between the legs. Finally just has to push it down for O'Neill. Seb battling for it. Cut off there by the Thieves select, and now it's on the stick of Fish. Fish goes for the shot, tipped down by a select player into the corner. It comes up to Popek. Popek tries to work it up, referee in the way, now he works it back in the middle. Still there. He's got a little bit of space, makes a move around, goes below the goal line. Looking for a good centering pass, but a good stick from the goaltender, sends that over to the corner. Battle for it down there in the corner. Bear with us a little bit as we're trying to get the geometry of this rig. Dot sends a pass there just off the pad, and unfortunately just out of the way of Fish. Looks like we've got an interference call here. We'll see who this one's going against. It looks like it's the Thieves, and it looked like as that rebound kicked out, had some interference from the Thieves there, and the Roughriders with their first power play chance of the game here. 13:01 left to go in the first period. Still a 1-0 lead for the Thieves. The Jermaine line will come out. He's got Ziemba to his right, Nix to his left, won by the Thieves, and they're going to shovel it out. Decky, winning body position there for a second, but the speed of the Thieves is going to send him around. Looks for opportunity and space, chips it back in there. Decky's got a man all over him. Kate's going to come out with it. Kate now looking for speed, looking for a pass. Tries to make the chip pass there, but the Thieves read it, and it's going to come down. Now we got a battle for it here. Decky tries to win his man off, and that's going to negate the power play now as Decky was beaten a little bit by his man and really had no choice but to get the hook going and slow him down. Unfortunately, sends his man to the ice, so that will turn us into a 4-on-4 situation for 1:33. So now some 4-on-4 action here. Jermaine remains out there. He's got Winston and Burke in the back, and it looks like Popek up front. Nice little move by Winston. He's going to go ahead and he's going to climb out of the zone with speed. Makes a move, but off the skates of the Thieves select, as they are not letting the Roughriders get any space through that neutral zone. Jermaine now, he's going to climb out. He's going to look for the opportunity. He's got some speed. He gets around a man for a second there, but pinched off, and he's going to try to push it in there. Winston's just going to send a puck wide of the net down to the corner. Thieves will collect. They push up. Good puck movement there, and well read by Linnemeyer. Now Linnemeyer comes out. He's going to have to get that puck down and on the net. Goaltender will just hold on to it there, and Thieves giving him the business, having some good conversation there between both teams. The referee's going to say, hey, maybe not so hard next time. A little conversation there. Nobody's worse for the wear. So 11:55 now left to go in this first period. 55 left in the 4-on-4. Roughriders will have about 37 seconds of penalty kill after this. Matra out to take the draw. Sorry, Linnemeyer. Linnemeyer does a good job of collecting. Back over on the stick of Popek. Makes a nice move around one man. Couldn't get around two, though. And now Linnemeyer will just clap that thing down below the goal line. Thieves going to be there, but good pressure. He's going to send that puck up to Burke. Burke chipped up high, and a high stick as good hand-eye coordination from Burke, but not a whole lot we can do about that. That puck's going to come all the way down. We'll get fresh deep hair out there. And that will come all the way back down to the right of goaltender Ben Collins. Good action here so far. The puck is won over to Heaton. Heaton going to climb out of the zone, look for some space. He's going to gain the red line and get around man, trying to work his way towards the net. Gets a backhand shovel towards the center, but well read and intercepted there. Kicked on out. Linnemeyer up to Heaton. Heaton's going to collect. Sends it over to partner Schofield. Kate looking for the pass there. On dirty ice here for the first period, and that may be slowing the Roughriders down a touch, as it seems the puck is just kind of rolling on him a little bit. Heaton over to Kate. Kate up and just out of the reach of Linnemeyer, but he's going to grind and see if he can put some pressure on the Thieves. Thieves circling. Good job bodying the man out. Great work from Linnemeyer to bury that down. The Roughriders now on the kill, but maintaining zone possession. And watch out. Speedy Thieves coming back up through the neutral zone. Good pressure forces them to regroup back down to the blue line, but here they come. Now, toe drag there. Good poke check from Heaton separates the man. Now they're going to work down below the goal line. The Thieves looking for it. Able to center. Penalty is over. Back to 5-on-5 action. This goes down off of the left pad of Collins. Heaton collects, tries to make a move, and it's well read by the Thieves. They're able to turn and get a shot hard and fast onto Ben Collins, but he read that well, able to just gobble that one up, and we are down to 10:19 left to go in the first period. Back to 5-on-5 action, but still a 1-0 deficit the Roughriders are going to need to climb out of. O'Neill line will come out here. Got Burke and Winston in the back. Burke sends that over to Unger. Unger looking for it, gets that up, but just out of the reach of Fish, and it was going to come all the way back down. Burke's going to have to do it again. Looking for it, buying some time again, back over to Unger. Unger looking for the man, sees the pass there, hard pass there, well read again by the Thieves. Now they come back in with speed. Gets around a man, shot opportunity comes off the shin pad of Burke. Good block from him. Unger's going to chip that one high and up, goes off the glove and into the bench. So Roughriders seem to be struggling a little bit getting that puck through the neutral zone cleanly, having a little bit of a hard time getting that puck off their stick and onto another. And Thieves doing a good job of blocking up those passing lanes, making it difficult for anything to get going here from the Roughriders. So far, the game that we expected, though, very evenly matched. Both teams definitely working hard as that puck comes out. Burke collecting once again in his own zone. Looking for Unger. Unger sees the man up. He's got the stretch pass ahead. Here we come in with speed. Fish gets around a man for a second, but then well bodied off. And O'Neill's going to be the first one to it. He's going to send it over to Popek. Popek coming in to collect on the backhand. Thieves come back out. Now we're looking for speed here. Burke cuts the man off, and a pass shot that ends up greeting the stick of Winston Unger goes high up into the netting, a stoppage of play. Fresh forwards coming out here for the Roughriders. We'll get the Germain line going again. D pairing remains, so we still have Burke and Unger in the back. Kicks over to Burke. Burke's going to kick it behind over to Unger. Unger's got some room. Sees Bodie Nix up there, but Bodie blew a tire as he was going to collect that pass. Now out we come. Backhand pass over to Bodie. He was stuck there with very little speed and unable to really do much with it. Now the Thieves come back out. They gain the red line. Bodie Nix separates the man well there. Burke's going to collect again. This time fakes the pass up. Now looks for Unger. Unger chips up and unfortunately not out, but Unger's right there again. This time tries to make a move, unable to get it out cleanly, and so he's going to come back and buy a little bit of time. Gets that over to Caleb Ziemba. Ziemba off the stick of Bodie Nix. It's going to come down, no icing here, so as both teams get a change, they're going to battle for it below the goal line. G tries to work that up, comes off his stick, tip back down to Nix. Nix looking for the backhand pass there, well read by the Thieves. They kick it over to the corner, they'll come out. Good speed from the Thieves is negated with a good poke check there along the blue line. Good gap, now Bodie's going to put some good pressure on it. A little bit more pressure. Dot kicks it back up through the neutral zone. 3 Thieves there. They slow it down. They're finally just going to push it in. One-on-one battle for it in the corner here. Heaton uses the body, gets it over to Germain. Germain's going to try to poke at it. Still remains down there in the corner. And coming out with it is Germain. He's going to have to pivot back. Tries to kick it back up to his stick. Heaton able to get it there. He's going to push it along to partner Dot. Dot kicks it back over. And now we finally have a little bit of room to breathe as Germain sends it up to Nix. Nix now able to buy some time. Comes in. Able to get a shot there. Comes in the middle there. Sits for a second. But again, Thieves Select doing a good job of parking a man in the middle. Unable to get anything really going there. Pass comes out to the center. Goes off the side of the net. Now a low angle shot comes off the pad and into the corner. Thieves will come out with speed. They work it through the middle. Kick back up to the stick. Good stick there. Is going to negate the rush. Now Dot will collect. He comes back out. He's got his man. Caleb Ziemba comes off his stick. No room given by these Thieves. Brooks does a good job to separate his man, but in come the Thieves again. Heaton unable to slow his man down, and a good hard move to the net beats Ben Collins. And so once again, the Thieves showing some speed, exactly what we saw from them before, and a good hard move around, is able to get in. He gets a low angle shot, hard glove side, beating Ben Collins. Now a 2-0 lead for the Thieves Select. Roughriders trying to get things going again. This is not an insurmountable lead. We've seen them come back from this before as the Matro line comes out, but perhaps a harder test in the opponent here than they faced, and so Lindenmeyer will come in. Again, just trying to get some sort of offense going. Pushes it in the corner, chipped up high, just over the glove of Brooks, and now they battle for it along the half wall. Lindenmeyer trying to push it towards the net, comes up to Brooks. He's going to shovel it back down, comes in behind. Pallet gives pressure there, comes on up to the half wall. Schofield greets him, able to keep it in. Now Schofield working it over to the hard side, and Lindenmeyer had to go through his legs. He comes back up, tries to send a pass to the middle, but Thieves just really not giving any space in front of that net. They're able to collect again. Now they get the blue line, they're going to send it on down. Schofield's going to have to send it around. Hard rim up to Lindenmeyer, and he's able to collect for a second, but still kept in by the Thieves. Comes back to Winston, good poke check into the corner, he'll battle for it there. Winston throwing the body around. Puck remains in the corner here. Tries to cut it back over to Matro. Matro up to Lindenmeyer. Has a man there, collects, makes a move around, gets tripped up a little bit, but now Schofield's in. Schofield with speed, goes wide, looking for a shot, gets around a man, tries to centering pass there, and a battle for it in front of the net. The shot comes on the goalie, but he's able to get it with the right pad, comes back out. Picked up to the Thieves. Thieves, good breakout pass, but nice pressure from the Roughriders, keeps it in for a second, out they come now. Thieves coming in 2-on-3, makes a move around one man, stick down there, and comes in the corner. Comes right back out to the side of Ben Collins. He gets a glove on it and we'll have a stoppage of play. 5:27 left in the first period. 2-0 Thieves. Seb O'Neill will take this draw off to the left of Ben Collins. One back up by the Thieves. They're going to send a hard shot on. Ben's going to just gobble that up in the belly. Sit on it. We'll do it all over again. Seb O'Neill once again taking the draw here. One cleanly by the select, but off of a stick now. And Burke's going to work that up to Popek. Popek. He's got Fish. Fish with some space. Going to rip a shot. No, fake the shot. Comes off the pad. Kicks back out. Comes up. Heaton able to keep it in. Heaton sends a shot towards the net. Goes low and wide. Yeah, back down into the corner. Battling for it. And we've got a call here. As looks like we had a hit taken by Fish in the corner here. Or no, sorry, by Popek. And another penalty here on the Thieves will give the Roughriders their second power play opportunity of the game. O'Neill line will remain out. 5:01 left to go in this first period. I feel like that clock didn't move, but in any case, maybe it's going for the Roughriders this time. O'Neill to take this draw. Burke and Heaton in the back. One down in the corner. Popek will give chase, and Fish the first one to it. He's going to get out of Heaton. Heaton sends a pass towards the net, comes off of a skate, now come the Thieves. They're going to work it wide. Nice poke check there from Burke. Is going to get it over to Fish. Fish sends that up to Popek. Popek unable to collect the rolling puck, and the Thieves able to put pressure on it, kicks up. Kept in for a second by Burke, and now O'Neill's going to push for it. All three forwards here. They get it over to the far side. Now we got some room, but it looks like it's going to be just offsides as Fish was bodied down along the blue line, unable to get back up in time. So we'll get a fresh 5 out there for the Roughriders. 1:28 left to go in the power play here, and the draw will come just outside of the Thieves zone. Jermaine line on to take it. Schofield and Dot in the back. Puck one over to Bodie Nix. Bodie sends it up, and it's going to come all the way back out. Kate will regroup through the middle. Kate looking for an opportunity. Stops, collects, sees Bodie up top. Bodie able to get the zone, sticked off. Jermaine there to collect it. Gets it between the legs, comes around, buys some time circling back up. Gets it back up to Nix. Nix sends a puck there. Great tip. Is just greeted by the pad. Comes up and out. Decky unable to get to it. Schofield, though, is there. Man has speed. Good work from Kate to make sure that he couldn't get across that inside post, and now comes back out to the Roughriders. They're going to try the stretch pass there, but just ahead of Bodie Nix, so the Thieves are going to send it on down. Kate's going to have to come back and collect again. This one's going to rim all the way around. Dot's going to get to it first. Dot looking for it. Tries to send the stretch pass up. Again, maybe a little bit too far. Thieves able to read that well. They send that all the way back down. They're going to put pressure on Schofield as she shovels the backhand pass up. Puck sits there for a minute now. Jermaine stopping, collecting, over to Dot. Dot's got some space. Looks for the pass. Sees Ziemba there. Ziemba's got some space. Elects for the backhand pass over to Kate. Kate's going to work it down. 20 seconds left to go on the power play here. Puck comes all the way over to Dot. Able to collect it with one hand. Gets a hard shot on, but greeted there, and that one slapped right out of the middle softly. So Dot's going to have to come back and collect. Schofield now with it at the red line. Looking for a pass up to Bodie Nix. Bodie Nix, a little bit of space. Gets between two men and pushed down, and puck sits below the goal line. A pass out right through the center. Comes all the way out of the zone as the defense is changing, and now Unger gets up to Jermaine. Jermaine's got a little bit of space. Tries to send it across to Nix, sticked away from him immediately. Comes right back up. Nobody knows where this thing is. Nix able to keep it in. Still able to keep it in. Still good. Still sits there, and comes off of the derriere of a fallen Thieves player as they push that all the way down. Ben Collins out of his net to play that for Unger. Unger looking for the stretch opportunity. Sees his man. He's going to send a 10-foot high pass up. Almost able to collect it with Ziemba, but that's a tough one for anybody. And it comes back out to the neutral zone. Burke looking for his man. Backhand pass over to Unger. Unger sees the stretch pass there. This time comes off the stick of Linnemeyer. He's going to battle for it. These will be the first one to it. Good pressure there from Matro. Is going to slow them down. It's going to come up and out, and Unger's got it on it. He's going to send it right back down. No icing here as it comes below the Thieves goal line. Just under 2 to play here in the first period. It's still a 2-0 lead for the Thieves. Thieves coming out with speed. Works it through the middle. Good stick check there. Will send that puck offside and we'll have a stoppage of play. Thieves' speed definitely giving the Roughriders a little bit of trouble, as they certainly haven't seen a team that is willing to push the puck up and rush, take away the passing lanes in the same capacity that the Thieves team is able to. Matro taking that puck there, stick check to side. Burke makes a good move there, another good stick check from Heaton. Separates the man. Brooks will come back out, but well read by the forecheck of the Thieves, and they get it back down for another Thieves goal. So a 3-0 lead here, as that forecheck for the Thieves is definitely putting more pressure than the Roughriders are used to. And as much as they try to get clean breakout passes, it seems like every single time they're doing it, it's going to find a Thieves stick. So a little bit more work than they're used to, as now a 3-0 deficit as Heaton shovels that thing up, comes onto his backhand, tries to win it cleanly there, holds it up for a second, gets a little bit of help, sits there for a moment. Popek able to send it up. He's just going to push that thing all the way down. That one's just behind the red line though, so it's going to come all the way down to the right of goalie Ben Collins for an icing draw. 1:18 left to go in the first period. 3-0 Thieves. Roughriders need to find some offense here. O'Neill line back out there. Draw one into the corner by O'Neill. Heaton's there to collect. Sends it over to deep part and Declan. And now up to Fish. Fish kicks that up to O'Neill. Comes off of his skate. It's going to be on net. Pushes it over to the side. Popek's going to be the first one to it. Looking for a backhand wraparound. Couldn't get it there. Stuffs it right into the pad. And the Thieves giving the Roughriders every bit of business that they possibly can. And they stoppage of play. Good pressure there. The forecheck for the Roughriders seems to be getting there, but still unable to get a whole lot going. O'Neill will take this draw, won by the Thieves. They push it back down below their goal line for the defense to recollect. It's going to come all the way across. Popek's going to be the first one to it. He's got a little bit of space. He's trying to work it off the half wall there. Good pressure from the Thieves keeps it there. Now O'Neill's going to come out with it. Stuck again. And now the Thieves try to send it up. Well read by Fish, and just about 6 inches offside. It was a good effort as that puck was coming from behind him on the backhand. But unable to keep it in. And so we'll have an offside draw just outside the Thieves zone. Thieves kick it back. Good pressure there from Fish. And battle for it along the half wall. O'Neill backhands it down below the goal line. Popek's going to get pressure there. Spin move buys them some time. Heaton pinches on it, holds it against the wall, but it's going to kick out. And out they come. So good pressure coming in here, and Heaton's going to come out with it. Backhands it up, but again, the forecheck of the Thieves keeps that in. Good play there alone, and now battle for it behind the end wall. Comes back out. Dot's going to get to it. He's going to push a backhand up, and that will do it for the first period. So if the Roughriders want a battle, I think they've certainly got it. They find themselves in a 3-0 hole. We started the game on dirty ice here, so the Zamboni's going to get out. We're going to get a Zam here. We'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll start the second period on fresh ice. We'll see you then. Welcome back, Roughriders fans. The second period action underway here. Select, win this draw up, and push it up, and they will kick it across, tipped down and slapped in by the Thieves, and Unger will come around. He sends that puck back up to Bodie Nix on the half wall. Bodie looking to try to chip that puck up, and found there first by the Thieves, so they get around with it. Winston battling for it, gets it up to Bodie Nix again. Bodie's up with speed. Here comes Jermaine. Jermaine sending the pass across, just a touch behind Ziemba though. And so it comes off his stick, back over the Thieves. Thieves chip it up the wall. Looking for a backhand chip there, well read by Jermaine. Jermaine down to his knees. Nix over to Ziemba. Ziemba's going to rip a shot that just goes wide. Good look there from the Roughriders. Kicks back up to Schofield. Schofield chips it back along, over to G. G has it roll just off the heel of his stick, though, and out come the Thieves. They chip that up into the corner. Both teams are going to change. Schofield, with time, has the stretch pass available, looking for it. Sends a hard pass up, tipped up to Palick, and no room there to breathe once again. Thieves will come back out. It's a backhand pass up. Good read from Unger, tips that in the middle. Palick now sends it over to Bodie Nix. Bodie going for a change there, so he had to pause for a second. He'll just push that thing down. Matcher will be the first one to it for the Roughriders. He battles for it. Working hard down low, gets some help from Palick. Palick kicks that out of the front of the net, sits there for a second, still there, but now out come the Thieves. Logan Burke able to collect. He's going to send that over. Now Palick, he's got a little bit of space, but it rolls on him again. And sits there on the half wall, and Brooks with good pressure. Brooks trying to buy some time in the corner, works it towards the middle of the net. Lindenmeyer had two guys all over him, so he's unable to push it out. Backhand pass up there by Burke for a second, but now Mastro's going to come out and regroup. Sends that across to Lindenmeyer. Lindenmeyer is just going to slap a pass up to Matro. Matro pushes it towards the net. Thieves goalie all over it. He's been up to the task on everything that comes his way so far, and we'll get a stoppage of play. 18:05 left to go in the second period. Roughriders find themselves in a 3-0 hole, trying to dig their way back out of it, just trying to get everything they can on net and see if they can get something going. Definitely need the energy to pick up here as they've found an opponent here that's willing to give them everything they've got speed-wise, and O'Neill will take this draw here. One back behind by the Thieves. They've got eyes up looking for it. You go to push. That one's going to get chipped past a one-on-one situation here. Good work from Burke. A little bit of life energy here coming from the Roughriders bench, but the Thieves still working behind. A Michigan attempt from the Thieves players. The puck rolled on him, and he was able to get it up and high, slapped it against the post, and knocks the net off, so we'll stop the play. Fresh D coming back out here for the Roughriders. Now we'll get Schofield and Dot in the back. O'Neill line still up on top. O'Neill to take this draw to the left of goalie Ben Collins. Push to the side. Thieves able to collect it. They send a pass up to the middle. Comes behind Fish. He didn't see it until the Thieves able to keep it in. Now working it down in the corner of the Thieves. They got two men on. And see if the Roughriders can get it up. They get up to the point, dancing along the wide side there, and it comes into the corner. Dot puts pressure on it. The Thieves the only ones there behind the net, and now they look for it. Centering pass comes up and high into the netting. It's a good look, but I think that was Fish coming back as the centerman to get a stick on it. And so puck goes out of play. 17-13 left to go now here in the second period. The draw remains down in the Roughriders zone. Germain line out there now. Fresh defense of Burke and Unger. Puck comes up to the Thieves, and Bodie Nix putting pressure on it, now gets it out. Now Germain coming in with speed, gets to the middle. He's got a chance, goes wide, pushes up to Unger. Unger's going to rip one, and a high tip. I mean, call it a high stick, but it's waved off immediately as that then hit the goaltender. So the Thieves able to push up with it. Now they go 2-on-3 here, buying some time, sends a puck into the corner. Burke's going to get there first. Burke looking to chip it up. Chip pass up, and well read by the Thieves. They keep it in. That forecheck still just giving these Roughriders some problems. Burke will get it up, out of the reach there, and now Germain able to come. Now we've got a 2-on-1 developing. Germain's got some time, over to Nix. Nix going to rip a shot into the glove and no rebound. As we had Caleb Ziemba all over it, still getting some business from the select. And good rush there from the Roughriders, but nothing going. So the whistle here will bring the draw off to the left of the Thieves select goaltender. Germain line still out there. They win it back. Thieves will push on it, and they're going to send that puck all the way up. Unger's going to get to it. Looking to buy some time, gets it into the skates of Germain. I think he thought it was going past him. It kicks off, and he's going to have to regroup through the middle. Germain makes one move there, up to Nix. Nix doesn't come off his heel. He's going to chip that thing low, and two Roughriders will get on it. Ziemba, good pressure there, and good keep from Logan Burke. Keeps that thing along the half wall, but Thieves still able to push. Germain with a good keep this time. Now we've got some opportunity. Germain collects. Little toe drag there. Tries to get the backhand up to Ziemba, but unable to collect. Now he works it back down. Ziemba over to Germain. Kept there for a moment. Burke again able to trap it on the wall, but this time it comes out, and now the Thieves will come out through the neutral zone. Good back check from Nix, pushes that down onto the stick of Unger. He's going to circle behind the net. Looking for a hard pass there. Sees G. Now all of a sudden we've got Bodie. We've got a 1-on-2, 2-on-0. Developing. He's going to go for the shot. Sees it there. Jermaine's going to be the first one to it. He sends that puck hard and wide. Nix working along there. Leaves it for Unger, but kicked out, and watch out. We've got a breakout coming the other way. Ben Collins seeing it, and guard down shot. He's going to find the back of the net. So just a little bit of miscommunication by the Roughriders on the blue line is going to result in another goal for the Select and a 4-0 lead for them as the Roughriders trying to collect themselves a little bit. I think they were hoping to deliver the first blow in the second period, and unfortunately that one goes to the Thieves. More work to do for the Roughriders. Natural line out there. They'll take the draw at center ice. Won by the Thieves, and they're going to push forward. They're just going to send that thing all the way down. Dot's going to be the first one to it down in the corner. He's going to work around, looks, surveys his options, tries to send it up. Thieves all over it, so he's just going to have to push it back down for Heaton. Heaton, backhand pass up, comes off the stick and over to a streaking Linnemeyer who has it sticked aside. Now it chips back up. Dot going to rip that thing back down. Roughriders have to check back up, and so Linnemeyer will come in and give pressure there. Select player dancing along. He's going to send a pass that's out of reach for his player, but it's going to stop just short of icing as Decky's going to push that around over into the corner, and again some miscommunication from the Roughriders, but out they come. Brooks Matro going for it, blows a tire, and now the Thieves will gain the red line. They'll just chip that thing in down low and go to work again as the Thieves getting a change. Heaton sends that puck around to Declan. He's got a man on top of him, so it's going to come all the way out to Matro. Matro's got a man on the far side, tries to get that puck up, but well read by the Thieves. Puck sits in the corner here. Good battle ensuing. See who comes out with it. Looks like it's going to be the Thieves. They look to push towards the middle of the net. Puck sits there on the post for a second. Now Matro's going to come around. He's going to send that all the way up to Palak. Palak's got a man on him. Nice little stop move there. He's going to shovel it forward. Comes out of the zone. Thieves will regroup, buy some time, look for it. Little fan there. Palak's on top of it, and it's shoveled all the way down by Brooks. The Roughriders will have to go for a change. He's coming back out. Sees the man far side. He's got plenty of time. Looks for a pass across. And the Roughriders dealing with more of the speed from the Thieves. Hard shot comes off of the blocker, comes down, pushed aside, and Thieves come out of the battle again. Thieves send that puck up the middle, and this time well read by Popek. He's going to get that down, try to get the blue line. He's got Linnemeyer there with him, tries to leave it for Linnemeyer. He's got a man all over him. Battle on the half wall. Schofield just sends it down. Popek will be there. See if he can put a little bit more pressure. He does, slows that puck up, and again, Thieves able to get to it real quick, and they push that thing up. Right onto the stick. I guess just past Schofield. It's going to chip all the way down, but just behind the red line once again, so an icing call, and the draw will come back down into the Thieves zone. 13:02 left to go here. For those of you guys just joining us, we had an ice make in between the first and second period, so we're on clean ice here for the second. Roughriders in their camo jerseys going right to left on your screen. Draw will come down here to the right of the Thieves goaltender. The O'Neill line out there, Unger and Schofield in the back. Puck won by the Thieves. They'll circle behind their net, pushing up. Pressure on it is Popek. Popek works it to the middle, but it is again going to be battled for in the neutral zone. A hard shot from Unger goes off the helmet of the Thieves player. He looks like he's all right, but that can't feel good. Those shots don't feel good when you get them in the pads, let alone the noggin. Unger sends that up. Fish just out of his reach. Now he's able to, oh, nope, sorry, lost along the boards here. It's going to go all the way down for an icing. 12:31 left to go in the game here. Roughriders need to find some energy to climb back into this one. The Germain line now out there. Defensive pairing of Burke and Heaton in the back. Germain to take this draw to the left of goalie Ben Collins. Able to collect and move up. Germain has a little bit of room, but seems to lose along the boards. And so we battle for it again. The Thieves have it one more time up. They're looking for it. They push up to the point. gain the middle line. They get a shot. It's tipped. He sits on it, and Ben Collins able to come back in the struggle and get a hand on it. But looks like we're going to get a penalty here. We'll see who we're going to get. But it's a rough on, looks like Jermaine. As that puck sat there, and frankly, I'm going to say probably a good penalty to take, as you got to try to take away the sticks in front of the net with the puck just loose. Ben was able to get a glove back on it again, but now 2 minutes of penalty kill, hopefully 2 minutes, coming for the Roughriders. Line remains out there though, and the Thieves will win that up to the point. They send that across. Shot coming, tipped aside, kicked into the corner there by Heaton. And Burke will be the first one to it. He's going to send it all the way around. Ziema's going to be the first one to it. He's got a man hard on him there. Battle coming. Bodies colliding there in the corner. Comes back up to the Thieves. They're going to send it back down low and get around to it, and they'll be the first ones to it. Again, trying to work it out. Stick aside by Ben Collins. Heaton's the first one to it. He's going to send that thing up. Tries to get it all the way down. Unable to. Thieves collecting. They move it along the blue line here. And now Heaton, once again, going to get it. Tries to get it all the way down. That one is going to go all the way down behind the goal line and give the opportunity for the forwards at least to change. We've got 2 Thieves behind him on the blue line. Good pressure there. He's going to slow that down. Good job by Palak to slow the man down. The Thieves come in clean. They work it down in the corner, push up the point. Slap shot comes hard and wide down in the corner. Heaton's going to get to it. He's going to try to chip that up. Stick from the Thieves, keeps the zone in. 56 remaining in the power play. As the puck comes out, Thieves will regroup through the middle. They do so. They come in, they collect. Decky giving good pressure here. Broken stick on the ice. It appears to be one of the Thieves players. That pushes in towards the net. Ben Collins all over it. Smothers it with a glove. And so the first minute 17 of this power play has been killed by the Roughriders. Now they get the opportunity with the stoppage of play. Get some fresh defense out there. And we'll get Schofield and Dot. Nix up top with Palak. Nix taking the draw, won by the Thieves, tipped down. Puck skitters into the corner there for a minute. Kate able to push it up. Bodie goes for the shovel pass out, and once again the Thieves all over it. They get it up to the neutral zone and slap it in. Comes off the stick of Dot. He'll collect down low. Dot thinking about it, patience, buys some time, gets a chip up, comes off the stick of Palak. Palak chips around. Now here comes Bodie. Bodie's got his man one-on-one. He's got his man wide. Looking for a low angle shot. Just enough time for the select player to get a stick on it. And so they'll battle for it on the half wall. Bodie still pushing for it. Comes up to Palak. Palak gets around one man, hooked down. That'll be a penalty here. And Nix gets hooked down again. Probably could have been 2. I imagine they'll only take 1. But in any case, that will do it for the penalty kill for the Roughriders. So a good kill. They're able to negate any of the high scoring opportunities from the select and end up getting an opportunity of their own, which will result in a power play here. We got 1 second of kill. Jermaine set to hop the boards and jump out. And the Thieves will win that in the corner though. They're going to slap that all the way up, and Jermaine coming out of the box, unable to keep that in. So now comes Bodie Nix, works that in the corner. Sends a pass over to Matro. Matro tries to send it up to the point, kicked aside there. Nix will get it up to Schofield now. Schofield moving it down. Back over to Nix. Nix sees the pass there, but well read by the select defender. And so now they push out with speed. Select working in below the goal line. We'll just send that low, but all the Roughriders following the puck over to one side leaves the select able to get to it. And once more, they'll be the first ones to it down in the Roughriders zone. Roughriders seem to be lacking a little bit of their legs here. They're letting the Thieves get to a lot of these pucks first, and now they battle for it here. Kate has Bodie far side. Bodie, he's got some room. He's got a man with him. Works it to the middle, goes for a toe drag between the legs. Sticked aside by the Thieves goaltender, comes up, and Brooks is going to be the first to it. Brooks sees the pass there. Palak unable to connect on the one-timer, but able to collect the puck and able to get it across. Nix has the window, and he'll snipe. He will snipe. A great look there. Great pass across. I believe that was Palak who got that puck across to Bodie Nix, who collects a rolling puck and sends one right above the blocker side of the Thieves select goalie. And now 9:01 left to go in the second period, and Roughriders are on the board. So power play goal for your Roughriders as the Select win this one. They'll come across the red line and push down into the corner. They try to get a centering pass there. Comes off the pad of Collins, and Thieves able to dance with it in the corner. Looking for a pass. Comes out to the center. Back up to the point. Pushed into space, and now here comes Popek. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Popek looking for his man. Sends the puck across. Over to Ziemba, and just getting a piece of it. Gives the Thieves Select goaltender Ziemba streaking in with speed. Goes to try to flip that thing up onto the blocker side. Just ran out of room, and Thieves goaltender able to come out, cut down the angle, and get a piece of it. Now he pounces on it, and we'll have a stoppage of play. 8:33 left to go in the second period. Signs of life from the Roughriders here, as Fish will take this draw. We've got Fish, Ziemba, Popek. Puck goes again down low on the goal line there, and another good effort from Burke keeps that in for a second, but now pushed back out. Burke will regroup. Backhand pass over to Unger. Unger is going to get the red line. Good look there, but just enough of a piece of it to push it off the control, and now Thieves will get it. Unger tries to pinch it in, unable to do so. Pass comes off of the skates and is shoveled back down towards the Thieves zone. Battling for it there along the half wall. Kicks back out, and able to collect it is Ziemba, but then once again sticked aside. Now Burke trying to keep it in. Good skate effort there from Unger. Keeps it there, but as we've got players laying on the ice, the puck sat there for a minute, and Thieves first to get to it. Burke battling for it there. Then comes out to the stick of Ben Collins up to the point. Off the shin pads there. Roughriders hoping for one of the same bounces that gave the Thieves a goal. Instead, they don't get it, and it comes back down low into the corner. Unger spinning, buying some time, sees his man up, goes for a high flip pass up into space. It's going to roll through the skates, and now Popek's got a chance. Low angle shot, kicks right up into the shoulder of that Thieves goaltender who came out, able to cut down the angle. That's chip pass. Good pressure there is going to send the puck down to Unger. Unger sees his man there, tries to get it up, and it's just enough to be an offside call as the Thieves are changing it to be the man far side. It was offside. We'll get a stoppage of play. 6:58 here left to go in the second period. 4-1 now. The lead down to 3. Fresh line out here. It's like we'll get O'Neill centering Linnemeyer and Germain. One over by the Select. They push hard and wide. They've got a player with speed that loves to get that wide, low angle shot. That one goes up high and into the corner. Select still with it. They push it. Now finally it comes back out. Germain's going to get pressure here. Trying to take away the pass. Linnemeyer does a good job of stopping anything through the neutral zone. Sends it on down. Roughriders check up. Now they put pressure. O'Neill putting a ton of pressure on his man. Forces the spin back behind the net. It's going to come all the way up. Rimmed up and out. Thieves able to select. Collect and come on down. Now they come into space. Good back check. Sends the puck in the middle. O'Neill able to collect. He gets it up to Linnemeyer. Linnemeyer has it there for a second. Heaton able to push it back up, but then sent right back down. And Dot will come back and collect behind his net. He's looking for a man. Has Linnemeyer up there, but that one hits the stick of a Select player, comes up out of play. We'll have a stoppage of play. 6:06 left to go in the second period. Fresh lines coming out for both teams. Roughriders found the back of the net once. Let's see if they can find a little bit more life and cut this lead down again. Brooks directing traffic in the face-off circle to the left of Ben Collins. He wins that back over, but overskated a touch there, and the Thieves able to get it. But now here comes Brooks. Tries to send a pass up, and instead kicks that right up the corner. Thieves able to get it, but now a good push from Kate gets up to Powell. He's got some room to shoot. Pushes the pass up, and a hard shot there, but collected with a crossbody glove save or right in front of his face from the Thieves goalie. Still, love the fact that we've got a few more shots coming the way the Roughriders here, as Matra will take this draw, and this one pushed over the side. Brooks will be the first one to it. Tries to spin out of it, but it comes around. Bowie will be the first one to it. Now he's got a chance to look. Looking up to the point, sees Unger. Kicks it over to Schofield. Schofield's just going to send that down low. Matro will collect. He's working for it. Gets bodied hard below the goal line. Nix returns the favor. Puck comes up. Unger's going to be able to keep it in. Dancing with it. Looking for a man. Sees the centering pass up. Finds Kate up top. Kate's going to rip a shot. And looks like that came off the body of Brooks. Unger still with it down low. Comes all the way across over to Nix. Nix looking for it. Sees Kate. Kate tries to send it low. Has the man there. Tries to get the puck up. No, just the blocker able to get a piece of it and kick it behind the net. Good pressure here from the Roughriders. Nix collecting across to Schofield. Sends the puck towards the net again, just out of the reach of Palak. He's been doing good work in front of that net. And now Schofield able to chip it down. This time, just a little bit too hard of that post or point pass coming up out of the reach of Caleb. And comes up, we've got some numbers here as the stretch pass finds Nix. Nix hits the post, kicks in and just wide. Man, what a chance there. Nix still battling for it. Puck still in the corner. Almost able to collect that rebound was Linnemeyer. And that one comes all the way up and just past Kate. We got a 3-on-1. Pass coming across and a great effort there from Ben Collins to get it out of control of the select players. Up and out. Here comes Brooks. Brooks with Popek. Popek with a man to beat. Tries to make a move around him and couldn't get around the body of the select player. They're going to look up and across. Now they come out with speed. 2-on-2 action there. Logan Burke forces his man to stop and spin. Good pass across, comes over, a good shot. Unger deletes the man there in front of the net. The puck goes behind the net. Now we battle for it in the corner. Unger using his body and finally able to buy some space and time here. Looks up. Sees Ziemba. Ziemba has it roll off his stick there. Kept in by Popek. Popek gets around his man. Gonna go for the low angle shot. Kicks across the blue paint. Comes back out. Nice keep by Logan Burke. The centering pass though, unable to go, and luckily this pressure from the Roughriders able to keep them in, and all the select can do is ice it. So some good looks from the Roughriders. A great job of keeping that puck in the zone, starting to pepper this goalie a little bit more. 3:25 left to go here in the second period. Draw to come off to the left of the goaltender, and Fish will take that one. Owen Fisher takes the draw here, won by the select. They're going to chip it around, and now they come up with speed. Tries to send a puck across. Burke reads it well, but a backhand pass there. Comes in low angle shot off the shoulder of Ben Collins and out of play. So the draw now to come off of the right of Ben Collins. And Fish will stay out there. Forward line, deep pairing remain. Pushed over to Logan Burke. Logan Burke tries to circle behind the net, but pushed off of it. Now the select come out with it. Centering pass sits there for a second. Heaton collects it. And again, forecheck pressure from the select. He's going to get around a man, and they're going to find the back of the net once more. So back up to a 4-goal deficit, 2:56 remaining here in the second period. And just, again, just a bit of hesitation from the Roughriders is allowing the select team to pounce on in their own zone and causing a lot of problems. And Ziemba will get that puck down, rims it all the way around. First to it will be the select. They chip it up. Decky's got a chance. Goes for the pass, shot, kind of got stuck halfway in between. Now the select come out. They work along the half wall, but a good stick there from Kate separates that puck. Again, select just winning these races to the puck, and they control in the zone. Battling for it there, select still controlling, comes up to the point. Works a shot around, toe drag there. He's going to buy a little bit more time and space. Tries to send it up, now we got a chance, but again, the forecheck just slowing things down for the Roughriders. Popek unable to collect the puck with his skates, and select send it on down. They're working it wide. A backhand pass goes through the crease. It kicks back up out to the point. Select dancing with it. That's going to be just enough to get it out of the reach of the Roughriders players. They lose an edge. Good pressure from Ziemba, and again, another good back check there from the Roughriders helps them out, but looks like we've got either an offside call or perhaps an interference call here. It looks like the Roughriders might be going to the box. Looks like it's going to be Caleb Ziemba there. They're going to get for an interference call, and the Roughriders will find themselves once again a man down. Minute 45 left to go here in the second period. Jermaine line out there. Jermaine's got Linnemeyer to his right, Burke and Winnie in the back. Puck won by Jermaine. Tries to circle around, tries to get it up, but man short. There's nobody up there but Thieves select. They push it back down in the corner. Sits there for a second, backhand push. They're able to maintain control. They come out with a shooting opportunity, elect to pass instead. Puck in the half wall, working it there, looking for opportunities, comes back down low into the corner. Thieves working the cycle now up to the point. Jermaine, good pressure on it, but Thieves get a chance to rip it. That one goes high up over the crossbar, and good work from Burke to push up. But again, Thieves able to keep it in the zone. Unger pins his man to the boards and wins the puck. He's going to send that thing up and out. Just under a minute left to play here in the second period. Thieves come back in. They're going to chip that puck down. Unger will be the first one to it. Sends it up to Jermaine. Jermaine makes a move, but poked off his stick, and that one comes out through Linnemeyer all the way down on net. And Linnemeyer continues to put pressure on his man, trying to slow him up. Does a good job of doing so. Forces that puck all the way back down to the opposite corner. Thieves select there. O'Neill with good pressure. Tries to push one to the middle of the net, but with the Roughriders on the penalty kill, there was nobody there, and so now the Thieves come out with it. They work it back up to the point. Getting around one man, working for a low angle shot that goes through the wickets. Ben Collins finds the corner, and it's a power play goal with 14.6 left to go in the second period. Now a 5-goal lead for the Thieves. So once again, some good chances for the Roughriders. The Thieves goaltender's been up to the task on all of them, and the Roughriders will try to get something going in the last 15 seconds as they get fresh legs out there. Looking a little bit deflated of the Roughriders here. Let's see if the stoppage of play here for the intermission will be able to get them some time. Bodie tries to work it around. Loses it a touch off the skates, and the puck will be battled for there. Declan's just going to send that thing down. That should all but do it here for the second period. So that will do it there. We'll catch you again after the second intermission. Should not be an ice make. We'll just have a quick minute here, and then we'll go to work again. So welcome back to some third period action up here from the Stars and Stripes tournament. Roughriders finding themselves in very unfamiliar territory with a 5-goal deficit, trying to get some life going as we start this third period. I'm going to give a big shout out to all of our friends joining us from across the country, especially Lawson Sharp from Northwest Arkansas. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate the viewership as the Roughriders will win this draw and get things started. Heating up to Nix. Nix moves it around. Able to push that puck into the corner, but now chipped right back out, and here come the select. Popek does a good job of forcing the man on the dump into the corner, comes behind. Heaton's going to be the first one to it. Heaton looking for it, sends it over to Linnemeyer. Linnemeyer up to Nix. Nix not able to get it out, and comes back over to Declan. Declan fakes the pass there, looks up the strong side, instead gets up to Nix. Nix now has a chance to get it there. He tries to send it in, but again, stopped by the select. Nice keep from Decky. Is going to send a puck on net. He pushes that puck now below the goal line. Thieves going to kick that up. Comes off of the stick, and Heaton will come back and recollect. Heaton has the puck rolling on him a touch here. Gets it back over to Nix. Nix is going to be able to get the blue line with some speed. Makes a move around one man, but tons of pressure there. He's going to send a low angle shot into the glove of the Thieves select goaltender. 19:02. Sorry, now we've got a running clock here in the third period, so we're going to continue to run things down here. And just about 18:45 by the time they drop this puck with a fresh line out there. O'Neill Fish to his right, Ziemba to his left, Schofield and Unger on top. Schofield does a good job of keeping this thing in. Unger rips a hard shot from the point there, but too many sticks, too many bodies. As Winston searches his man into the corner, O'Neal does a great job the back check there to separate the man. Thieves still able to be the first ones to it. Now it comes around, Kate's going to get to it. Kate spinning back over to Unger with a little bit of time. Unger dancing around one move there, but the backhand pass intercepted from the Thieves forecheck, once again just causing all sorts of problems for the Rough Riders. They get it in, they get the pass that comes off of the blocker here. Kate able to get to it, shovels it up to Fish. It comes back down again. Unger looking for it. Centering pass there, but just behind. Now it comes again, another shot off Ben Collins. Another centering pass ripped in here, and Ben Collins says, you know, maybe we should just try this a different way. Let's get some fresh bodies out here. So he'll glove it down, and we'll have a draw coming off to his left. Clock ticking under 17:30 here in the third period. The Rough Riders need to get one to stop that clock again, give themselves a chance to climb back in it. Nice work there. Parker Lindemeyer collects it. We got a 3-on-2 coming. Powell with the chance to drop it. Jermaine buys some time, finds the bar and down. Just what the doctor ordered. Gerard Jermaine putting one out there for the fans. He sends a great shot, bar down, blocker side. And just like that, the clock stops and we're back down to a 4-goal deficit. So great effort there, a solid 3-on-2. Palak made a great drop pass, sucked his D-man down low to be able to get some room for Jermaine to have a shooting lane and able to get it across. Now, Rough Riders trying to capitalize on that momentum. Heaton sends it up to Nix. Tipped pass, so Nix will have to collect in the corner. Tries to get it up, but Thieves able to push up. Thieves now carrying the zone. Heaton pushes his man in the corner, and a shoveling attempt there comes out. Now Heaton's got some space. Heaton trying to find his man across. Has Popek there. Popek able to collect a bouncing puck. He's going to circle and find it. He's going to send it back down to the half wall. Brooks able to get to it. Brooks working it out of the corner. Tries to get a centering pass there. Popek's got it. Finds the side net, but man, that thing just comes off the corner, and some more extracurricular activity is going to find the Rough Riders on a power play. Tremendous look there as Brooks was trying to center. It came off the side of the net right to the stick of Popek. He's trying to find that blocker side. Looked like he had it, but just the shaft of the stick is what stands between that puck and the back of the net. The goaltender able to find it again with the blocker, freezes it. So 16:31 left to go in the game here. Now a 6-2 lead for the Thieves as the coaches and referees are talking, and it appears that we're going to have a 5-on-3 as it was not one but two Thieves players pushing after the whistle, and looks like there was maybe some extra words exchanged, and that's going to be just enough to send both of them to the box. So golden opportunity for these Rough Riders to get back in the game. Let's see if they can capitalize as a timeout's called by the Thieves. They'll take a minute here to try to get a strategy going, and the Rough Riders will do the same. Once again, want to take a quick second to say thank you for everybody joining us from across the country. Awesome to hear that we've got viewers from everywhere from the East Coast, the West Coast, and Northwest Arkansas included. We're looking forward to getting back and continuing the action here for the Rough Riders once we get back for the spring season. Right now, this is the only tournament on the docket for the Rough Riders. We'll see if we pick up some more games, but in any case, it's a good opportunity for this team to start to gel a little bit and see what they can do against some adversity. 6-2 lead is what they're up against. They've come back from leads before. They can battle their way back into it, but you're not going to get much of a better look than a 5-on-3 opportunity here. Matro line will come out to work this here. Brooks Matro with David Popek to his right, Bodie Nix to his left, Heaton and Burke in the back. Puck one, Bodie Nix is going to collect. Heaton has the blue line, gets it over to Burke. Burke sends the puck up and behind the net. Nix is going to be the first one to it. Heaton collecting. Shooting, bar down shot from Jack Heaton. Gets him on the board. And now all of a sudden the Rough Riders have life. A great 5-on-3 power play. And with that coming 7 seconds into the power play, all of a sudden it's a 3-goal lead and the Rough Riders are still on the man advantage. Great work there from the Rough Riders, as everybody's feeling it just a little bit more noise and commotion coming from that Rough Riders bench. Now all of a sudden they come in again. Bodie Nix looking for it, gets it over to Matro. Matro has the man there. Good collection from Burke, sends it across to Heaton. Heaton's got one on his power play, tries to send another there. It's going to come down. Battle for it along the end wall. It's going to come all the way up. Burke is right there to collect. Burke getting it down low. Puck comes up across to Heaton, and that one was just a little bit out of his reach. It's going to come all the way down and allow the select to change, and they'll look to regroup. Heaton sends it over to partner Burke. Burke sends it up to Bodie Nix. Bodie just a little bit behind him. He's going to have to spin and collect there. Now he's got a man on him. He's going to rip a shot off the blocker, and he'll come into the corner. Rough Riders scoring, I think, every single one of their goals on the blocker side. That one comes across as Popek just got a little bit tied up with that pass and unable to push it towards the net. Down ticking under a minute here in the power play for the Rough Riders. Puck comes up to Bodie Nix. We got a 3-on-2 developing. They've done well on these so far. Popek gets it around one man, gets it into the corner, unable to connect on a pass though, but he'll still remain with it. Popek dancing for it, sends it back up to Heaton. Heaton sees the pass there, Nix for the one-timer, but it kicked off the heel of his stick and back into the corner to see if they can keep it in. They do so. Great work by Matro. He's cut down. Back up to Heaton. Heaton's going to rip another shot. That one gets through the goalie there, but just enough of a piece of it to have it sit on his pad. 29 seconds remaining in the man advantage, and a good 5-on-3 from the Rough Riders has a little bit of life back in the building. The O'Neill line out here to see if they can get one more before the penalty expires. He'll take that draw, win it up to Declan. Declan has the man there. Great fake pass and then gets it on net, but the tip was right back into the goalie and pushes into the corner. Good work from Fish, tries to kick it up. Now O'Neill sends one on net. Another pass, another shot, sits there for a second, was behind the goaltender, but the Thieves were the first ones to it. Kate's gonna send something on net. A good tip there, but it kicks just wide. Thieves battling for it in the corner. Great pressure here from the Rough Riders. They'll go 2-on-1 there. Let's see if they can come out with it. Siemba kicks it back up to his stick, tries to work it back over to O'Neill. Even strength here as the penalty expires, and a good look there from Palak. Puck is still loose. And finally, sitting on top of it is the goaltender, and looks like Siemba. Rough Riders really trying to get back into this thing. They've done a good job to cut the lead from 5 down to 3. Doing everything that they can. I think they're feeling it just a little bit more, maybe believing that they've got a chance in this one. Still plenty of game left, 14-21. We've seen this Rough Riders team score goals in under a minute 3 times in this tournament. Let's see if they can do it again. Puck comes up to Declan on the wall. He's going to shovel that down, and a good keep there as the Rough Riders get the forecheck going. Kicked up there now, but bobbled puck, and the Thieves are going to come out with speed. Buying some space on the side. Kate has a good stick check and sends the man flying. Now up we come. Oh, good tread there, and players losing edges here left and right. One comes around to Kate. Kate kicks it up to Fish. Oh, sorry, that's Ziemba. And now Kate again pushes up to Ziemba. Now they've got space again. Up, 3-on-2. Can they find some space? Fish leaves it off to Jermaine. Over the side. Oh, just wide was the chance from Caleb Ziemba. But the puck remains in the zone. Rough Riders battling for it. Great look on the 3-on-2. And now Jermaine ties his man up, slows him down just enough that they have to send an errant pass over there. Logan Burke's going to collect. He's got room as the Thieves change. And a good little shovel pass back. Chipped up to Jermaine, and the Thieves will just go ahead and backhand that in. Burke will use that neck, shield it around. Comes up to Palak. Palak able to get it out, but good pressure from the select pushes that puck back in. He dances around one man. He's got it on the backhand. Great effort from Logan Burke to push that puck in. Takes a stick up high, but nothing called. And now Unger is going to battle up. He's going to try to carry through. Lots of stick handling, maybe a touch more passing needed here for the Roughriders. Here's Unger going to battle it up, and Jermaine's going to take an interference call as he got the hands up a little bit, as maybe trying to buy some space for Unger. But in any case, that one's going to be an interference call all day long. So, get him for an elbow? All right, so an elbow instead of an interference call. Probably could have been either one, but in any case, it's a penalty kill for the Roughriders here. 12:32 left to go, 6-3 Thieves. Matro line out there with Dot and Heaton in the back. Puck sits there for a second, won by the Thieves, but kicked up and out. Now Bodie's got a chance to go 1-on-2. Brooks joining him here with some speed. Good stick check there. And the Thieves will collect again, this time with Brooks on it. Heaton giving good pressure there, slow him down. Comes back up out to Bodie, but he had a man on him, wasn't able to do much with it. Good pressure there again. Now Bodie's got the chance to flip that thing up and down, and he's going to get that on net, and the Thieves goaltender will have to cover it. So the first 28 seconds of this power play so far killed by the Roughriders. And the draw now to come down to the left of the Thieves goaltender. Good opportunity here for the Roughriders if they can get a draw one back and get a shot on. They've had some good luck back there so far. Instead, it's won by the Thieves, and they'll come out with speed for a second. Great job by Heaton to fight through a hook that wasn't called. And good effort there from Decky. Now he comes up, now he's got some speed. Dot coming from back sends one just over the blocker's side. That is where the Roughriders have found an opportunity, but a stretch pass here is going to find the man here. Heaton does a good job of getting pressure on it. That puck sits loose. It's still underneath Ben Collins, and finally a whistle as everybody puckers for a second, but no harm, no foul. $1:03 left to go in the power play for the Thieves. Fresh line coming out here. O'Neill to take this draw. Popek to his left. Schofield and Unger in the back. Thieves win it, but slap aside. That one, hard shot comes on. Comes off a shin pad, though, into the corner, and the Thieves will collect up top. They work along the half wall, trying to find some space. They send it down to the corner. Thieves looking for it behind the net. They send it up top. It comes up to the point. Good pressure there from the forwards, forces the puck around the side and comes back up the point. Thieves working it around the zone, looking for a pass. Hard shot off the mask of Ben Collins. Sits there for a second. Centering attempt comes out, but stick down in the corner, and the Thieves will regroup once again. Watch out. That one comes off the shoulder and then the post. Comes harmlessly into the corner, but the Thieves still maintaining good pressure despite good effort here from the Roughriders. Good effort from, that's O'Neill. A hard shot there comes off the knee of Winston and up over the net. Thieves giving the Roughriders everything they can. Schofield able to collect. Body coming there. She's able to get around another stick in the hands. Nothing called. Blocker save by Collins goes into the corner. That penalty is over, and we're back to 5-on-5 action. Unger, though, pushing into the corner, comes up. Will he be able to get it out? Finally able to get it up, but all the way across. And Caleb, trying to delete a man, hits the backspace button again and gets it himself. Popek working his way in. Shovels it across. Great look there for Ziemba. Ziemba tries to backhand. Good look, and just over the blocker's side. A great look from Popek. Now the puck sits there in the middle. It's still there. Can he get it across? Still sitting there. Can they find it? Tries to get to it. Nothing going, and it comes back down. Now up to the point. Popek with another good look. This one comes off the shin pads there. Burke with a chance to get to it, and they're just going to slap that thing all the way down. It's going to come down, but look at that. It's going to die just before the goal line, so no ice. Thieves able to collect. Now, Heaton spinning around, buying a little bit more time below the goal line. He's going to be able to climb out. Finds partner Logan Burke. Logan able to cut through, but just tries to make a move and loses the handle as he does so. and pushes forward. Here comes Ziemba. Ziemba tries to make a move around a man for 3 and unable to do so. Broken stick on the ice from the Select. They rim it up and they're able to chip it out. Jermaine will come back and collect. Jermaine spinning back into space. Makes a move around, gets through a check. Now he's got a chance to wheel. He's gonna come in, look for the shot, comes off the goaltender, rebound, sits there for a second. And a good keep there from Linnemeyer. Linnemeyer has it chopped out of his reach. And now Palak sends it back over to Linnemeyer. Linnemeyer bodied off it there. A dancing move around from Thieves Select. Gets it up, but right off the back of a leg, and now Jermaine comes in. Thieves changing, and a good look again from Jermaine. Roughriders really testing the blocker of this Thieves goaltender, but that one comes out, and watch out. 2-on-1 developing here. They get it out to the middle. Ben Collins up to the task. Comes out to the top of the crease, cuts down the angle. Nothing going there as that puck comes up and out now. And now Fish tries to fan the man out front. He's got Linnemeyer. Linnemeyer's going to have to go 1-on-2 as the Roughriders need a change. Linnemeyer does a great job of keeping control of that puck. Continues to work it down. Tries to feed it up to the top, but stick down as the clock ticks under 8 minutes here to go in this game. Still a 3-goal deficit for the Roughriders, but they are showing signs of life. Schofield tries to keep that in, chipped out, and now the Select players go 1-on-1. Nice work from Decky to force his man into the corner. Rubs him off the boards, and Select players showing strong stick work. They get it up top. Elects to pass to the corner, and Lindenmeyer will pin his man there, and now Kate able to come out with her head up. Has the pass there, tipped down and back onto the Select stick. They send it all the way in. Looked like the D were maybe trying to get a change and were unable to because of that. And so now we've got some tired legs out there. Select are going to send a one-timer attempt over the corner. Brooks will battle for it. He sends his man into another dimension. Unger has the puck rolling on him, has to come back and find some space. Once again will do so. Now he's got Bodie mixed with a little space. Bodie chips that thing up. Select looking for a change. Roughriders doing the same. Logan Burke tries to send that one across, but into a well-read skate by Select. They're going to slap that down, get the rest of their line changing. Puck takes a weird bounce off the in wall, and Winnie lost it for a second. Now it sits there for a minute. Everybody trying to hold on to a stick. Finally, Unger using that strength to get it up and out. And a little too high there for Bodie Nix. They're going to send it over in the corner. And O'Neill chips it forward. Up to Popek. Popek in. Bodie gets a stick on it. And the Select will just ice this down. So from the look of it, the Roughriders have really been able to turn the gas on. And the pressure that they're putting on the Select maybe causing a little bit more of a confusion, a little bit more turnovers. The opportunity starting to come the Roughriders' way as the O'Neill line will take this. Nix to his left. One of the half wall there and tipped up and out of play. 6:05 remaining, still plenty of game time here. It's a 3-goal deficit, but like we said before, the Roughriders know how to score and score quick. O'Neill will take this draw again. Nix left, Popek right. Draw one up to Decky. Decky gets a shot on. The goaltender able to see it through traffic, collects it in the glove. We'll do it all over again. Coach Greg Vanover directing traffic from the bench. Shifting the wings around. This one comes up and up to the point, and nice work from Popek. Sends that one over to Nix. Nix rips a shot high and outside. Popek able to collect that. Working it down low. Getting it to O'Neill. O'Neill takes the body there. We're going to get a tripping call here, though, as Popek making a reaching effort there, and the Select defenseman trying to jump over it. Got just enough of a piece of the skates that they're going to call a trip. So the Roughriders will find themselves on the kill once again. 5:42 left to go. Big 2 minutes here coming up for the Roughriders. If they can keep this thing clean, maybe turn the momentum around, they're going to have a good, call it 3.5 minutes to try to battle their way into the game. Declan does a good job to push there. Roughriders working on that wall, trying to send it out, but good look from the Thieves keeps it in. Now they work the blue line. Walking along, trying to find a shooting lane, unable to do so. Heaton bodies his man off, continues to push for it. He's going to continue to work now and back over to Declan. Declan able to use his body there. Spins back around, finds some time, but that one just rolls off his stick as he was trying to make the D-to-D pass. So he's going to have to continue to work for it. Thieves come out of it. Nice stick check there from Brooks. And he pushes over in the corner. Thieves still battling for it, though. Gets between the legs there. Nice job from Heaton to send his man off the puck. And now Declan's going to get a chance to just rip that thing all the way down. We'll be able to get some fresh legs out there for the penalty kill. That'll do it for the first minute of this power play. Good work from Heaton to slow things down on the rush. And Jermaine now will be the one to put pressure on it. Schofield jumping up into the play. Loses it for a second, but she's going to get it back. Gets a chance to push it there. It comes off of a stick, and Jermaine trying to slow the man up. Nice work there. Kate does another good job to push that thing all the way down. Good job there to just force the select to push it all the way back up. Gets it over to Jermaine. Now Jermaine looking through it. Fights through a stick there. Fights through another stick. Keeps in the corner. Tries to get around the man. Will sandwich his man into the corner. It's like that stung him a little bit. That's a big body to try to absorb. And it looked like it hurt. Could have been offsides there, but not. And Jermaine will send that puck down into the glove of the select player. Roughriders changing, and Thieves able to get it down below the dots. Thieves circling. Power play just about over here for the select as they work it up to the point and then chip it back down. Kate all over him. Another broken stick here as Lindenmeyer is going to send it around to where Unger can get into it. Let's see if Unger can get to it first. He does. Chips it through the man. Now we got numbers going the opposite direction. Winston Unger leading the rush. He's got a cannon, really use it. Sends it across right as Fish was trying to get through a man, so he's unable to get a stick down on it. The battle ensues in the corner. Puck comes over to the select. They're able to look for it. Gets a heads-up pass. Great gap control from Burke. Slows that puck right down. And out we come. Fish sees his man up. Hopek had a body on him, unable to control, and now down the select come. Unger putting good pressure on his man, forces him behind, shoves him down to the ice. But still, Thieves players showing good resilience. They pop back up, send that puck off the pad. Now Unger's got it. He's going to try to rip that thing up. And a battle in front of the penalty box there. Nobody's able to get to it, so it comes all the way back down. Good pass from the Thieves to left, comes across. Nice work by Bodie Nix. He's going to push that puck up and out, and he gets it over. Now, here we go. O'Neal, 3-on-2. Comes back up, over to Palak. Palak rips a shot. And another crossbody glove save from this Thieves goaltender as we are now down to 2:19, but a great kill from the Roughriders. They were able to get pressure on. And now here we go. Crunch time here. Looks like we're going to get maybe a timeout from the Roughriders here as 2:19. It looks like Ben may be getting sent to the bench for the extra attacker here. Roughriders going to do everything they can to throw this on net. See if they can find that blocker side again. See if they can rip one past. If they can cut it down to a 2-goal lead, we can really get to work. In any case, you got to love the way that they've been able to fight back into this game. What looked like a fairly deflated team coming out to start the third period has battled back in, taking a 5-goal lead down to a 3-goal lead. And now with a little bit of a chance here, they're going to see what they can do to tuck something in. Referees looking to get things going. Coaches are looking to get as much time with the players as they possibly can. Thieves coach furiously working the whiteboard there. Vanover directing traffic here too. We'll see who we get out here for the 6 men. Looks like we're gonna get Jermaine with Nix, Popek, and Ziemba, and then Heaton and Unger in the back. Puck one over into the corner. Roughriders able to collect there. Ziemba will be the first one to it. He's got some help. Spins back, makes a nice cut move. Nice centering pass there, but on the backhand was Jermaine. He wasn't able to get it to the net. Puck comes up and kept by Heaton. Heaton's gonna send that in the corner for Popek. Rolling puck. He wasn't able to get good wood on the one-timer, but keeps it in nonetheless. Battling for it along the half wall here. Gloves coming off. It's gonna come all the way out. Heaton's gonna have to recollect. He's gonna take a look. Sees the puck, comes off of the skates of Jermaine. Jermaine makes a backhand pass over to Unger. Unger coming in with some space. Buys the middle of the ice. Rips a shot, comes through and just tipped wide. And the Select are going to send a backhand out of play down to 1:32 left to go here in the game. But the net remains empty for the Roughriders. So still with the man advantage 6-on-5. Some fresh legs coming out. Now Brooks Mantro out here to play that in front of the net. Thieves win the draw. They'll send that hard around. Popek able to keep it in. Select able to get it there. Stopped by Heaton. Might have saved a goal. In any case, he works the blue line. Tries once again. He's going to send it over to G, but it kicks through his legs. Comes all the way back out. Now Heaton's going to have to wait for it. G needs to get himself back on side. Does so. Bodie comes through. Bodie tries to get around the man. Just runs right through him. Able to win that back up. Now it's up in the air. Nobody can find it. Comes up to Winston. Winston rips a hard shot, and that stings the Thieves defenseman. Puck comes up, though, and they're going to send it around. Unger does a good job of keeping that in. Keeps it in the corner. And they're going to try to send that thing all the way around. Thieves able to get it up. It's going to circle up, and as we tick down to the 45-second mark, it's rolling, and they're going to say no icing. Unger's going to send that up for Matro. Great save from Heaton, as I didn't realize that puck came back onto a Thieves stick. I think he's not realizing necessarily that he's going 1-on-2 and sends it across. Now up we come. Trying to get a long stretch pass up to Fish. Popek there. Comes in, unable to control, and the Roughriders able to send that all the way back. G, now cycling. Trying to get some speed through the middle. Gets around one man. He's got a ton of speed coming in. He's already got one on the day. He's going to work the backhand back over to Popek. Popek in front. Up and a backhand shovel that just goes way high. Not able to get anything on there. Back up to Declan. Declan's going to send one there. Tipped across, sitting there. Can they get it up? No, it goes off the side of the net, and that'll do it for the game. It was a great effort from the Roughriders there. They did everything they possibly could, but they got the challenge that they wanted in this Thieves Select team and unable to battle back from the deficit they found themselves into. So overall, a solid tournament for your Roughriders. They'll end up going 4-1. Gotta love the effort that they gave. They were able to kind of wake themselves up a little bit here. And everybody giving head taps to Ben Collins as they'll get ready for the handshake line. We'll say thank you once again for joining us from all over the country. Excited to be able to do this for the rest of the season here. And looking forward to a fun 26-27 season here for your Roughriders. We'll let you watch the handshake line, and we'll join you when we come back to Colorado.